Hi, all. So sorry for the delay in my response. But I, first of all, wanted to thank you for all of your responses. It was hard to admit that my efforts as a parent and a teacher didn't make a difference. So I appreciate having a safe environment to be transparent and learn from all of you. It was great to see that from you guys too. I appreciated your honesty and about what you're going through in each of your schools, and knowing that our work is never done. I also loved hearing about how different each and every one of our situations are. I admit I haven't lived in many different places in my life, and I haven't experienced diversity other than the district I grew up in, and which is the same place that I taught for 20 years. So I appreciated hearing about all the different struggles that you're dealing with in comparison to mine. And I also realized that for how different each of our cultural backgrounds and challenges are, we all have similar challenges in getting our students to be successful learners. We we just have to find different ways to overcome these. Kurt, I'm thinking specifically about your response to discipline in the different cultures and the fact that you had to rewrite policies to address it. And it sounds like you're already thinking about what can be done differently and how to approach it in the future. And I'm sure that that will be a small part of academic success with students too. And Ashley, it sounds like your superintendent and your administration are trying to use resources that they have to support low income students and academically struggling students. And as even though your students aren't quite as diverse, it seems like teaching practices need to change to get your students to achieve more despite the resources that are available. So, again, we're looking for ways to help our students achieve academic success. And I think that's kind of a theme that I'm hearing, regardless of our cultural struggles or challenges that we're all faced with. And Brent, wow, you have quite a history where you're from. But what an asset that you bring, having grown up in the area. You're able to see that communication is the key and getting different cultures to focus on one thing, which is the students and their learning. And it sounds like all parties are recognizing that there were consequences for historical events. And I think, that's kind of a first good step in breaking those barriers and bridging that communication. And it sounds like there's still a lot of work to be done, but you seem like you've got it all dialed in. Jessica, it sounds like your situation is similar to Ashley's in getting those teaching practices to change. But I loved hearing about some of the things that are being done with your district and Brent's as far as the pacing guide and extracurricular activities. And it seems like the district's moving in the right direction and trying to bridge that gap. I loved hearing from each and every one of you, and thank you so much for sharing.